happen now is that I would like to ask the members of the panel to give a short presentation. Just 3 minutes of about where you come from, what company, what is the company or municipality doing, and what is the perspective of this sector for now? How is it going? Is it growing? Is it decreasing, and so on? So maybe Marianne Kjær from Arla. Would you say a few words about Arla and so on?
Yeah, I can do so. Is it loud enough when I'm speaking like this? Okay. Arla is one of the largest dairy producing companies in the world. It's actually the 5th largest in the world, and it's the largest organic dairy. It's a farmer-owned company, which is quite unique. Right now we have 13,400 farmers in 7 different countries, all in Europe, that are the owners of Arla. The dairy industry is growing, mainly because there is a growing population across the world, but there's also a growing middle class moving from countryside to large cities. So the whole urbanization with growing middle class has increased the demand for milk, and even more increased the demand for naturally produced healthy milk where you can trust the source of the milk. So that has been good for the development of Arla for last many years. Arla has become a huge international company. It's still very dominated by our core market in Scandinavia and Western Europe, but our products are sold in more than 100 countries now, and we are particularly expanding in Southeast Asia and Latin America as well. Our mission as a company is to secure the highest value for the farmer's milk price, to give the farmers opportunities to develop even more. And our vision for the future is to creating the future of dairy with a healthy mindset to inspire the world. I don't know how far I am in my minutes. Just a little bit about me. I'm working in HR for Arla, and I'm working in the part of Arla called Consumer International. And I'm representing all our minor growth markets. So I have Southeast Asia, I have Latin America, I have Australia, some small European countries. Basically all the places where we are starting up, where we are too small to have local HR resources. So I'm very much across the world. I have a background from Maersk and IBM. And particularly, I was 13 years in IBM, where I had different sales and sales management positions. And after 10 years within different sales and business positions, I moved into HR. And so I've been in HR since then in Maersk and Arla.
Thank you so much, Marianne. Now, it sounds like you have a lot to do with places where a lot of people in this room are coming from.
Yes.
That's an interesting
At
point.
least it looks like when I'm looking.
Well, you would never know.
It looks familiar to me when I look across the room here.
Please drink some water. So, Peter, welcome to our event.
Yeah, thank you very much.
To welcoming you.
Thank you.
Say a few words.
Okay. Do you think I can talk loudly enough? I'll do my best. Tell me if you can't hear me. I come from Novozymes. Novozymes produces industrial enzymes. Do you know what industrial enzymes are? No? Yes? Some do. Well, enzymes are catalyzers of biochemical processes, and it goes on everywhere all the time throughout nature. So if you cut a chunk of meat, put it into your mouth, chew it a little bit, it's already been attacked by a couple of amylases, which we all have in our mouth. So it's enzymes. And as it moves through your body, the meat, the chunk of meat, which hopefully after you've chewed it isn't a chunk anymore. It comes through all the way through your body into your stomach, into your intestines and so on, and all the way down it's attacked by enzymes. So we all have lots of enzymes inside, and nature is full of them. There are millions and millions of enzymes. And what we do is that we try to isolate and mass produce some of them, which we can then sell to industry, which uses enzymes in various capacities. One of them being, for instance, detergents, which happens to be our biggest market, probably because we've had that market going for so long. So when you put your dirty laundry into your washing machine, then you put the detergent into it, but in the detergent they put the enzymes. So when you start up the washing, the enzymes in the detergents will start helping the soap dilute the dirt, the sweat, the fat, that's in the clothes, and it comes out clean. Or a lot cleaner than it would have come out if you'd only used the soap.
So I would say that this is a very, no, it doesn't work.
This is, you want to get something more about the company?
I think a few words about Novozymes and the industry. How is it going now? What is the perspective of this industry in the world now? We heard about Arla. It's a growing market.
Yes.
How about Novozymes?
Oh, it's a growing market as well.
Everything's growing.
Yeah. So yes, biotech is a growing market. You know, when we started, we were sort of pushed out of Novo Nordisk about 15 years ago, and you know, we thought, oh, what's going to become of us? Because Novo Nordisk, they kicked us out of into the market because they weren't prepared to pay for us anymore, all the deficits we made. And then we looked at each other, and we stood there and said, what should we do? You know, we've been that little brother company all the time. And then we decided, well, we better do something about it. We didn't know if it was going to help or not. But then, the winds of biotech came into our backs, and we were sort of swept along. And they've just been blowing harder and harder ever since. So we're now sort of the 6th largest company in Denmark. And we have half the world market of industrial enzymes. So, was that what you wanted?
I think that's a brilliant perspective to know about.
Okay.
So,
and I'm not really a scientist, you know. I don't think anybody thought I was. But
you sounded convincing about these enzymes.
Yes, I did.
Yeah, I think so.
Thanks. Well, I've been working in human resources for 22 years. I've had between 3,000 and 4,000 job interviews in those 22 years. So I think I've done my share of them, but I love doing it. I do other things as well, but I'm always fascinated by meeting somebody new and having the chance of putting questions to them and getting to know those people. So I'm not going to give it up. I'll stay with human resources as long as I can. Thank you.
Thank you.
Okay, I come from MAN, Diesel and Turbo. It's a very international company. It's so international that you probably don't know it. Because our market is not here in Denmark, it's actually China, Korea, and Japan. And our business is the maritime business. We are the founder of the diesel engine of two-stroke. And the two-stroke ship engine have a size of 3-floor building, and is very, 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 very big. And it's the engines who actually runs the big ships in Maersk and all that ship owners. And so our business is actually not to produce the engine, but to develop it and always have the best engine of two-stroke here in Denmark. And we actually have the best engine in the world. We have a very large share of the market. It's so large that I can't reveal the share percentage, but it's quite good. So we are number 1 in the market Our problem is that it's only the ship industry who knows it. Nobody else knows it. And if you ask a human being on the street, do you know MAN Diesel and Turbo? Then they will say, yeah, that's the buses and the big vehicles driving around. Nobody knows us. But that's our problem. So it's a company living nearby here in Sejersbøl. There is working 1,400 people. We have a site in Breusch, which is the southern part of Denmark, with 200 employees. And we have 500 employees in Frederikshavn in the north of Germany. So 2,000 in Denmark. And the MAN is actually owned by the Germans, of course. They own nearly all the machine industries. And there we have 50,000. And again, we are owned by the Volkswagen company, which is 600,000. So it's actually a huge business. Looking from the Danish perspective, it's going quite good. We have on one side, we have two-legged business concept. On one side, we research and develop this two-stroke engine and actually sell the license to produce it for the Koreans, Japanese, and Chinese. And on the other side, we have the after-sales business, which is to service and to repair the ships. And there we only have 30% of the market, so there's possibilities for growth, and that is one of the big prospects of So you can imagine we use a lot of engineers, marine engineers, but also people to service in the finance department, the human resource department, the purchase department, all kinds of people. So you don't have to be an engineer in order to be in our company. It's going good for Denmark because we have a very big market share. There's room for improvement in that. So it's a going forward business for us. Yeah, I think that's it.
We're all looking for growth, so you're going to provide Denmark with the growth we want.
Yeah, because you know.
Thanks.
Because I forgot to say that the reason why we are growing is actually that we people want to have products, and the cheapest way to move products is actually by ship, and it's also the cleanest way. So that's why the ship business is actually going bigger and bigger. And if you look at the amount of ship capacity since 1900, it's actually been growing and growing and growing and growing. So until somebody found a new way of transporting, we will have a big prosperous future. So yeah.
Okay. Thank you so much. Now Torsten.
Yes.
Maybe you can do it a little shorter, since the others have spent a little more time than we had thought. And that's always how it is. We want to be the first one to speak.
I can speak directly to the point. I'm the odd man out because I'm actually a consultant. I'm not an HR manager, but I'm a headhunter and a recruiter. So I'm the middleman. I'm the one you have to bypass to get to these guys. So normally I will have the jobs and hire people for the jobs, and then I will deliver you to my trusted clients who would then talk with you after I've talked with you. I own and manage a company called Totem, which is 15 years old. We are currently 10 people in the company. We are expecting a growth. We have established offices around Denmark, 3 places, one in Copenhagen, one in Odense, and one in Aarhus. We are opening up in London in the near future, I hope. In the shipping industry, actually, where London is the hub in all of the world, actually. And we are also expanding to the southern part of Sweden. So that's our growth plan. I'm not here to offer you a job in our company. I'm here to talk with you about how you can bypass me.
So this is the man you want to get past.
Yeah, just jump
Okay.
on.
Thank you. Marianne.
Yeah. I'm Marianne with Copenhagen Municipality. You people down there, can you hear what we're saying up here? Otherwise, ask us to speak loud, but that is so fucking boring speaking my language to sit in a hot room like this and listen to people if you can't hear what they're saying. But I'm representing Copenhagen municipality, or at least some of it. In Copenhagen municipality, we're 46,000 people employed, and I'm working in the little department for implement working and integration. And we're 1,800 people working there. And I was told that I was one from the public sector, the only one from the public sector, and if it's expanding or not, it depends on the politicians. EU, international, national, or whatever. I'm working in the HR business and have been working there making standards for the college who are working in the sector we are working in, doing training for the staff, doing a lot of different surveys for the staff and things like that. The one who are more interested in Copenhagen municipality, I will tell more about it. I'm doing a lot of training for the staff and I'm doing a lot of other things. But I'll tell a little bit about myself because I have is one allowed to do that? If
You are allowed to do
okay,
that.
Okay.
We talked about that. You are allowed
Yes,
to do that.
because most of you, maybe you know Copenhagen Municipality and International House, and maybe you know some of my colleagues from there. And I have lived in Kenya for 4 years, where it was hard to get a job from 86 until 90. I was working at the Swedish school, I was working at the Norwegian embassy. I'm married to a Welshman who have lived in Kenya for 35 years. My son's girlfriend is half Spanish, half Colombian, so I know a little bit about how it is to travel around the world and the difficulties to find a job. But it's not only for foreigners it's difficult to find a job, it's also very difficult for Danish people. And we are all in a competition, but that's why it's so important that you learn the Danish language, especially, I don't know about these private companies, but especially if you're working in the public sector. Because we are giving service to Danish people who are users of the public sector. Okay?
Great. Thank you so much.